let me just go back one slide. Okay, good day, and thank you very much for joining us for this information session about AIT, the School of Management. My name is Dr. Roger Livermore. I'm the Dean of the School of Management, and this session is going to be about the programs that we have at the School of Management, particularly the MBA and our MSc program in Business Analytics and Digital Transformation. We're also joined today by a student from Korea, Summer, and she'll be translating some of the information into Korean for you to go through and listen to.
안녕하세요. AIT School of Management 인포 세션에 와주셔서 감사합니다. 오늘 세션에서는 한국어 구사자분들을 대상으로 저희 비즈니스 스쿨에 특히 MBA에 초점을 맞춰서 정보를 제공해 드리고자 이런 세션 열게 됐고요. 정보를 소개해 주시는 분은 저희 비즈니스 스쿨의 학장님인 닥터 로저 레버머시고 저는 현재 MBA에 재학 중인 장사영이라고 합니다.
So let me say a few words about AIT. We are an old university, 62 years of age, and we only teach those who are doing master's and PhD level. It's very important for me to say that although we are based in Thailand, everything we do is in English language. That can be classes, and any form of communication is in English. The focus of AIT for 62 years has been in social and economic development, especially the use of technology to improve development across Asia. And we are based in 2 locations in Bangkok, as well as having centers in Vietnam. Our main campus is 40 kilometers north of Bangkok in a place called Pathum Thani, which is a lush countryside campus. But 2/3 of our students at the School of Management are based at programs in our downtown Bangkok campus. That campus is actually in the top center of this slide. We're next to the largest park in Southeast Asia in downtown Bangkok.
저희 AIT는 석사 및 박사 과정만 제공하고 있는 학교고요. 그리고 개교 60년 이래로 주로 동남아시아 쪽을 중심으로 과학기술 분야의 연구에 초점을 맞추고 있습니다. 비즈니스 스쿨의 장점은 저희는 그 본교가 파툼타니라고 하는 방콕에서 한 1시간 정도 떨어진 교외에 위치하고 있고요. 그 다음에 시내 캠퍼스는 방콕 중심에 위치하고 있습니다.
So the university has got 3 schools, which is in engineering, in environmental science, and in the School of Management. We have 30 programs across those 3 schools. For 62 years, we've had 25,000 or more than 25,000 alumni, and I'll be showing you where the major countries are that the alumni are now based. So we have diversity as one of our key strength areas. The 1,500 students at AIT at the moment come from over 40 countries. A reminder that our courses are taught in English. The alumni, we are based in Thailand, so 27% of our alumni are in Thailand at the moment, but we have a large amount of alumni that come from Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Myanmar, and other countries across Asia.
저희 학교 같은 경우에는 다양성을 굉장히 자랑하고 있는 학교고요. 태국 국적의 학생들 외에 베트남이나 스리랑카, 인디아 등 지금 보시는 그래프에서 보시는 대로 굉장히 다양한 국적 분포를 가지고 있어서 모든 수업 과정은 영어로 진행되고 있습니다.
And like with many global business schools, we have a series of rankings that rank AIT. The one in the middle here is related to the university. And given that our priority area for 62 years has been social and economic development, it's not too surprising that we're highly ranked globally for global poverty reduction. For the School of Management, we're very proud that our MBA program is currently ranked #1 in Thailand, but I think more impressively than that, number 14 in Asia, given the amount of good quality MBA programs in places like Korea and in Hong Kong and Singapore, China, and in India. Being ranked number 14 is a very good achievement for our MBA program.
대학을 평가하는 QS 종합지수에서 저희가 이번 2021년에 비즈니스 스쿨이 태국에서 1위, 그리고 아시아에서 14위를 차지하는 영광을 안게 되었습니다. 그래서 저희 학교가 굉장히 글로벌한 학교다 보니까 아무래도 글로벌 지수에서 높은 평가를 받은 것 같습니다.
And the areas that AIT specializes in across the university in terms of development is climate change, community development for smart cities, for example, food, energy, water security, technology, and infrastructure.
지금 보시는 분야가 저희 학교에서 연구에 초점을 맞추고 있는 분야이고요. 주로 기후변화나 스마트 커뮤니티, 그리고 식량, 에너지, 숫자원 문제, 인프라스트럭처, 그리고 기술 등등에 초점을 맞추고 있습니다.
So now I move on to the School of Management and some of the key points before I focus on the faculty and also on two of our programs. So we do have 9 programs in total, which ranges from the MSc that I'll be talking about today, which is Business Analytics and Digital Transformation. I'll also be talking about one of our MBA programs. We also offer DBA and PhD programs too. At the moment, we have over 200 students in the School of Management, and 50% of those come from bachelors that are not in management, such as science, technology, engineering, and maths. Some of the key selling points of the School of Management are our location. I believe that we have high quality teaching, and I'll be talking about some of those adjunct faculty a little bit later on. We have a large level of flexibility, and we actually have students this year who have decided that they want to remain at work in their home country, and they go on to the program live classes via Zoom. Sometimes they can choose the evening or the weekend courses. They don't have to join the daytime courses because they're working. We have a range of value-add activities that I'll be talking about today, and we have a great amount of diversity. And in the next slide, which I'll talk about after the translation, I'll be talking about the diversity of our faculty.
계속해서 저희 비즈니스 스쿨에 대해서 소개를 드릴 건데요. 저희는 MBA와 DBA 그리고 PhD 포함해서 총 9개의 프로그램을 운영하고 있고, 오늘은 석사 과정인 MBA와 MSC에 초점을 맞춰서 얘기를 드릴 예정입니다. 저희 비즈니스 스쿨만의 강점은 일단 방콕 시내에 분교가 위치해 있다는 점이고요. 그다음에 교과 과정이 굉장히 아시아에 초점을 맞추어 있고, 그다음에 프로그램이나 그다음에 그 학비 결제 그리고 수업 과정 등 수업 시간이나 과정 등이 모두 플렉서블하게 유연하게 설정이 가능하다는 점이고요. 그다음에 저희 학생뿐만 아니라 교직원들 그리고 졸업생들까지 굉장히 다양한 국적을 갖춘 다양성을 가지고 있다는 점이 장점이라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
So the diversity of faculty is represented in the following slides. We have people here, and you can see from the country flags, we have those who are from the US, from India. Dr. Badir is from North Africa. We have a few faculty from Thailand. Myself, I'm a European with a British English accent. We also have people from France, from Australia, from Switzerland. Dr. Jarini on this particular slide in the top left-hand side, she has come to us from MIT, from Boston in the US. We also have people from Tom Bain is from Bermuda. The one on this particular slide I would like to highlight is Larry Franklin, who teaches at Stanford University on the west coast of the US. I was also at HKUST, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, a top globally ranked university. He also teaches there. And then we have people from Singapore, from Australia again, from Portugal, from South Africa. And the final slide of our diversity of faculty, we have people like Benjamin Quinlan, who is a managing director of a financial consulting company in Hong Kong. We have a chief economist from Spain. We have Vincenzo Carreri, who is a regional director of Canale Fashion Company, and he is based in Hong Kong. And the one who is teaching this weekend is Vil, who is Finnish.
보시는 바와 같이 저희 교직원 명단을 보시면 굉장히 다양한 국적 그리고 다양한 지역에서 활동하시고 있는 거 볼 수 있습니다. 저희 학장님 같은 경우에는 영국에서 오셨고 그 외에 수많은 유럽 국가 그리고 미주 그리고 태국 그리고 그 외 아시아 지역 등 전 세계 다양한 지역에서 오신 교직원분들께서 저희에게 교수해 주시고 계십니다.
So I will focus on 2 programs today out of those 9. One of them is the MBA program, which is the highly ranked program within Thailand and within Asia. This is taught by experienced, respected academic faculty and also some of the senior executives that you've seen in the previous slides. So our aim of all of our programs is to be focused on information which is applicable straight away to going into industry positions. We also have an increasingly older, experienced amount of students. So the average age on the MBA at the moment is 28. On the evening MBA program, that is a little bit higher because they're working students. On the daytime program, the average is a little bit lower than that. The MBA itself is very standard in terms of dividing up our content between quite generalized content on subjects such as accounting and finance and strategy and operations. We also have specializations in subjects, which I will talk about a little bit later on. Every year we have new courses being developed. In the last 12 months, we have courses such as consultancy skills, negotiation skills, fintech, big data analytics, change management, and the one that I'm really excited about for 2022 is called Industry 4.0. This is taught, 50% of the program is taught outside of the classroom in companies such as Bosch, the German global company. They'll be teaching students about how Industry 4.0 actually operates in practice on location in their factories.
저희 학교 교수진들 앞서 소개해드린 바와 같이 굉장히 다양한 곳에서 오신 교수진들로 구성이 되어 있는데요. 우선 현업에서도 경험이 풍부하신 교수진들이어서 저희에게 이제 비즈니스 현장에서 경험하신 다양한 경험들을 알려주실 수 있고요. 그뿐만 아니라 재학생들도 이미 어느 정도의 업무 경력이 있는 분들을 위주로 많이 조인을 했기 때문에 저희 평균 연령은 만 28세 정도입니다. 저희 프로그램 같은 경우에는 MBA 비즈니스에 관한 기본적인 내용을 공부할 수 있는 클래스와 그 다음에 재무나 마케팅, HR 그리고 이노베이션 등 특정한 분야에 초점을 맞춘 심화 과정 또한 준비되어 있습니다. 그리고 코스 리스트를 보시면 아시겠지만 저희가 다양한 실용적인 과정들을 준비하고 있는데요. 특히 학장님께서 강조하신 올해부터 실행되는 인더스트리 4.0는 저희 교실에서뿐만 아니라 학교 밖에서도 수업이 이루어지는 실용적인 과정이라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
The MBA program has another option as well. Some people join the MBA program to go on the dual degree. So this is where some of the program, half of it is spent at AIT in Bangkok, and the other half is spent at a master's degree program in some of the top ranked business schools, such as the ones that you can see on this list from France and from Germany. So this is a dual degree program, half in AIT, half in other parts of the world, and you end up with 2 titles from getting this dual degree MBA.
네, 듀얼 디그리 프로그램도 소개해 드릴 예정인데요. 저희 2년 과정의 풀타임 MBA를 하는 학생 중에서 유럽에 지금 보시는 학교에서 같이 동시에 이중 학위를 수여하고 싶으신 분들은 학비를 추가로 지불하지 않고도 두 학교에서 동시에 학위를 수여하실 수 있습니다.
And the things I'd like to say about the MBA program is that there are many options. So one of the options is to be taught over 1 year, 2 years, in person or via what we call hybrid mode. And some people also get taught over flexible mode, which means that if they join the 1 year program, but they would like to stretch it over 2 years, they can do that. And those that join the 2 year program can go through and stretch it over 4 years. We have 5 intakes for the MBA. That's August, where most of the students join us, October, January, March, and June. We have specializations for those on the 2 year program, so the 48 credit program, and those specializations are in finance, marketing, change, and innovation. The cost of the program, the full cost is for the 36 credits, or the 1 year option, is around 22,000 USD. For the 48 credit, or what we call the 2 year program, that is around 30,000 USD. And there are scholarships available, and I'll be talking about those scholarships towards the end of this presentation.
프로그램 과정 같은 경우에는 유연하게 1년 또는 2년, 그리고 현장에서 직접 수업에 참여를 하실 건지 아니면 줌을 통해서 온라인으로 수업을 계속하실 건지 선택이 가능하고요. 또한 1년 과정으로 참여를 했다가 만약에 2년으로 변경하고 싶다고 하시면 그것도 가능합니다. 그리고 가장 많이 입학을 하는 시기는 8월 학기고요. 그렇지만 지금 보시는 5개의 학기 중 원하시는 학기부터 수업이 가능한 장점이 있습니다. 그리고 앞서서 설명드린 심화 과정의 경우 재무나 마케팅 그리고 체인지 이노베이션 이거는 2년 과정의 경우에만 해당합니다. 그리고 학비는 지금 보시는 바와 같고요. 1년 과정과 2년 과정 그리고 장학금 혜택 또한 문의가 가능합니다.
The second program I'd like to talk about is our very popular MSc program in Business Analytics and Digital Transformation. This has the same options as the MBA, although we have just 2 intakes for this MSc program, which is in August and in January. The cost of this program, depending on whether you take the 36 or 48 credit option, is a bit cheaper than the MBA program. It's between 20 and 26,000 US dollars. We actually set up this program in August 2020 based on feedback from a range of executives who are in the region who said that there was a gap in the market, and that gap is for students that know how to apply some of technology and analytics in changing and reshaping business and industry in the future. So this is the reason we had this program in place in August 2020. It's a very popular program in terms of applications and the amount of students. We set it up with the realization that those going into digital transformation or analytics in industry, they really need to have a master's or PhD level to get there. This particular program is different to a programming or coding program that you would expect to find in an engineering school. And AIT does have a data science and AI master's program in our School of Engineering. So this is a program which is not based on tech. It's not based on programming or coding. This is based on the application of analytics and technology and how it's reshaping the business landscape. Some of the courses include the one I've just spoken about, which is an elective on the MBA, but it's a core course on this one, which is Industry 4.0. Also, we have big data analytics, agile thinking, we have global data management, and we have soft skill leadership development for this particular program.
다음으로 소개해드릴 프로그램은 비즈니스 분석 및 디지털 트랜스포메이션이고요. 학비는 앞서 소개해드린 일반 MBA에 비해 약간 저렴하고, 그다음에 교수 방식은 MBA와 같이 1년, 2년 혹은 그리고 현장 강의 또는 온라인으로 선택이 가능합니다. 이 과정 같은 경우에는 디지털 트랜스포메이션 관련한 그런 일들의 경우 석사 또는 박사 과정이 필요한 경우가 많기 때문에 굉장히 인기가 많은 프로그램이고요. 그다음에 보통 생각하는 공과대학에서 필요로 하는 기술적인 지식, 코딩 그리고 언어 등의 그런 지식, 백그라운드를 상대적으로 가 적어도 수업이 가능한 프로그램입니다. 그리고 수업 과정 같은 경우에는 다음 보시는 바와 같습니다.
Okay, so some of the value add within the School of Management is that we have around about 40 guest speakers from industry per year that talk on a Wednesday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon. We have a new mentorship program which started up this year. We also have a revamped internship program for those on the 2-year program, and a minor in entrepreneurship. We're getting an increasing amount of students who would like to set up their own business in the future. So the entrepreneurship minor is intended to allow the students to think about how they would set up their own company, and the most successful proposals from those students, they'll get the chance to actually have a chance of creating their own company with the support of other faculty and other students that are taking the minor. And so these are some of the value add on top of the faculty and on top of the courses that's a part of the programs that I've just mentioned.
그 외로 소개해 드릴 수 있는 장점 같은 경우에는 저희가 매주 수요일 또는 토요일에 각 업계에서 오신 다양한 분들의 강연을 들을 수 있고요. 그다음에 멘토 멘티 프로그램을 졸업생과 재학생 사이에 운영하고 있습니다. 또한 2년 과정의 경우에 인턴십 프로그램에도 참여하실 수 있고, 혹은 본인의 사업을 준비 혹은 구상 중이신 분이라면 부전공으로 안터프리너십도 선택이 가능합니다.
Those on the 2-year program can also have the opportunity to go on in exchange. That exchange takes place over 1 semester. And the countries that we include in the exchange program are mainly European and Asian. So we have students that go to Germany, to Spain, to France. We also have those going to Singapore, to Taiwan, to China, and a range of other Asian countries as well.
2년 과정에서는 교환학생 프로그램도 신청이 가능하신데요. 사진 보시는 얘는 프랑스에 있는 에덱이라는 학교와 교환학생 하고 있는 모습이고요. 그다음에 저희 프랑스나 여러 유럽 국가 외에도 싱가포르나 대만, 중국 등 아시아 국가와도 많은 교환학생 프로그램 협정을 맺고 있습니다.
And this is a list of some of the companies where our students have graduated and now working in.
보시는 리스트 같은 경우에는 저희 졸업생들이 현재 근무 중인 회사입니다.
Okay, so before I start talking about the admissions requirements for our programs, we do get a lot of questions at the moment about COVID-19 and the arrangements or the contingency plan that AIT has had in place. We've been quite fortunate in Thailand that international students have been allowed in to the country. They have to go through quarantine. That quarantine at AIT is part of the campus. I think there's no other university in Thailand that has this arrangement. So students will fly in, they get met at the airport, and then they go to our organizational quarantine, which is cheaper than the hotel quarantine in Bangkok. So they have actually up to 21 days. That's changing at the moment because of the vaccination programs around the world. But the longest that a student tends to take in isolation and quarantine is 21 days, and then they're free to go into class. Since August last year, most of our teaching has been live in the classrooms, although when there has been a spike in COVID, we have gone to Zoom only. But the organizational quarantine feature, we feel, is one of the strong points of AIT, and we've had over 200 international students who've gone through the quarantine process.
코로나19의 영향으로 인해서 저희 수업 방식 같은 경우에는 모든 수업이 온라인으로도 참여가 가능하고요. 대부분 현장 강의와 온라인 강의를 동시에 하는 하이브리드 모드로 진행이 되고, 만약에 상황이 조금 심각해졌을 경우에는 온라인으로 전환하는 방식으로 운영을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 태국으로 오시고 싶으신 분들은 학생의 경우에는 태국으로 직접 오실 수가 있고요. 현재 격리 같은 경우에는 저희 학교에서는 태국에서 유일하게 학교 내에 격리 시설을 갖추고 있는 학교로서 호텔 격리 혹은 학교 기숙사 격리를 선택하실 수 있습니다.
So the requirements to come onto the programs at the master's level, for the MBA, we do expect most of the students to have work experience to be able to do that. This year we have just over 10% of the students on the daytime program who don't have experience, but the majority of the other students do. The evening students, all of them have got work experience. For bachelor's level, we expect to see a GPA of 2.75 or higher. And then we also expect students to have English language proficiency. If they did not go to a university in North America or the UK or Australia recently, then we expect them to go through English language, either IELTS, TEFL, or we have an AIT English language test, and we're looking for 6 as the basic requirement. We do admit some students with a little bit lower English language requirement, but then they have to go to English language classes while they're at AIT, and by the time they get to the time of writing their thesis, they have to be at 6 or the equivalent of 6 within IELTS.
입학 전형에 대해서 간단히 설명을 드릴 건데요. 우선 그 학사 과정의 학점이 2.75 이상이시면 입학이 가능하고요. 그다음에 영어 요구 조건은 IELTS는 6점 이상, overall 6점 이상, 그리고 TOEFL은 550점 이상, 혹은 다음에 점수가 없다면 AIT에서 실시하는 영어 테스트를 응시를 하셔서 6점 이상이시면 가능합니다. 혹은 여기에 미달했을 경우에는 입학 후에 AIT에서 시행을 하는 영어 수업에 참여를 하셔서 6점을 달성을 하시면 됩니다.
Just a few more details about the English language test for those of you interested in logging in to take the online test. So at the moment, we do not have paper-based tests because of COVID-19. We only have the online test version. This is a 1-hour written paper. It costs $32 to take. The address for finding out more information and registering for this test is at the bottom of this page, www.languages.ait.ac.th.
꼭 AIT 영어 테스트에 대해서 관심이 있으시다면 테스트는 아래 웹사이트에서 진행이 되고요. 그다음에 직접 오셔서 테스트하는 것과 온라인 테스트를 응시하시는 방법이 있습니다.
I mentioned earlier that we do actually have AIT scholarships available for those that want to join in August of 2021. In fact, any of our intakes, we do have the option of AIT scholarships for those that require financial need. A lot is based on the GPA at the bachelor's level for getting that AIT scholarship. And we usually see between 20 and at the very most 75% in exceptional cases of AIT scholarship. And it's determined on a case-by-case basis.
AIT에서는 장학금을 제공하고 있고요. 그다음에 장학금 신청 가능한 조건은 앞서서 소개해드린 학점 기준을 충족하시고 그다음에 그 이후로 학점과 그 지원자의 경력을 토대로 20%에서 75% 사이로 검토 후에 수여를 하고 있습니다.
So for those of you interested in applying for this, the information is provided in this QR code or the email address at the bottom, www.ait.ac.th/admission/application form.
지원 방식은 아래 QR코드를 스캔을 하시거나 아래 표기한 웹사이트를 통해서 확인하실 수 있습니다.
So thank you very much for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions about the School of Management or even about the programs outside of the School of Management in the 2 other schools, then please take a look at our website and you'll find the contact details there. We usually answer our emails very quickly. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation and good luck for any application that you might take in the future. Thank you very much. Goodbye.